What if I told you the biggest mistake most people make in Pilates happens before they even start moving? So today I'm working with Heidi, one of our current students inside the Function Pilates Teacher Training Academy. And throughout this workout, you'll actually watch her movement change. Not because we make the exercise harder, but because she learns what to engage before she starts moving. It's one of the most important concepts in Pilates, and by the end of this session, you'll be able to see the difference for yourself. Hi everyone, welcome back to Function Pilates. I'm Vanessa Kelly, and today Heidi has about a year of Pilates experience, and one of the things I love about working with teacher training students is that they're not only learning the exercises, but they're learning how to understand the body and the purpose behind every single movement. So before every session, I take a look at posture because it helps me individualize each workout. As we assess Heidi, a few things stood out that helped shape today's programming. So the first is that Heidi is currently recovering from a right shoulder injury, which I did not even know about, but I did know with her postural assessment that there was something going on the right side. So we know that moving her arm away from her body into abduction creates discomfort. So throughout today's session, you'll notice that I'm modifying certain exercises and paying close attention to her shoulder mechanics. My goal is never to push through pain, but to help her move well with a comfortable range. So one of the biggest focuses of today's session is learning what to engage before you move. You'll hear me reinforce this throughout the workout because it's one of the most important concepts in Pilates. We don't want one muscle doing all the work. We want the entire body working together. So when you create that foundation first, the movement becomes more supported, more controlled, and much more efficient. That's exactly what you'll see happen with Heidi as the workout progresses. So it's incredible to watch her awareness change from the beginning of the workout to the end, and you can literally see her body begin to understand where to find support. And once that connection happens, the quality of her movement improves dramatically. Yes. We also notice a slight anterior pelvic tilt, so we'll spend time opening the front of the hips by stretching the hip flexors and quadriceps while strengthening the muscles along the back of the body to create better balance. Her posture also revealed a slight rotation of the right shoulder compared to the left, which correlates again with the shoulder discomfort she's currently experiencing. And finally, I noticed a little more external rotation through her left foot. So you'll see me use a few different props throughout the workout to provide feedback and help improve her lower body alignment. So Heidi's goals are to be kinder to her body, develop a stronger connection to her core, and move with greater awareness. Because of that, today's workout isn't about rushing through the exercises or making them harder. It's about slowing down, moving with intention, and just building a stronger foundation that will ultimately make every movement more effective. So if you're a Pilates instructor, I encourage you to pay attention not only to the exercises I'm choosing, but also to the cues I'm giving. Sometimes the smallest cue or adjustment in timing can completely transform how an exercise feels. So I'm teaching today's workout on a balanced body piece of equipment here. And if you've been considering purchasing Pilates equipment for your home or your studio, send me an email using the information in the description below. I'd be happy to help you choose the equipment that's right for you, and you'll also receive a 5% discount on your balanced body purchase. So I hope you enjoy following along and seeing how a thoughtful assessment can completely change the way a workout is designed. So let's go ahead and get started with Heidi. Prior to this, what is your experience with Pilates?
I've been doing Pilates for about a year now.
Mat Reformer?
Mat Reformer.
Okay. All right, cool. And any injuries I should know about?
I'm not really injured. I just have my shoulder. I just have problems like lifting anything. If it's here, I'm completely fine. Mm-hmm. But I can't. That hurts.
Is that more your rotator cuff?
You know, yeah, it probably is. Like I've been to the doctor and I've done physical therapy and it doesn't.
Do they do an MRI or?
Every time I do the physical therapy, they're like, you have to wait and do so much physical therapy, and then I never make it to the MRI. Like, then they're like, oh, you waited too long and now you gotta do physical therapy again. So I've never done an MRI.
Okay.
So
right shoulder abduction is what you are saying.
Yeah, and it's back in, you know, like
that's where the pain is. That's so abduction would be part of the rotator cuff.
Yeah.
So that's why my brain immediately went there.
It could be age, use, just.
Wear and tear. So this version doesn't work either then.
I'm fine with that.
That
as long
works.
as my arm is by me and I don't have to have a lot of weight to try it. Like I can't lift my purse off my next to me when I'm in the car. I'll walk around.
Yeah.
and grab it.
Okay.
So that's,
The little things like that,
when I'm in the Pilates class and we use weights, I just, I can do most of it, but it's just when we're out like this and we gotta do certain, I just don't use the weights. I just use my arms. So
Okay, that's
I just
good.
adjust.
Yeah, there's really, what we'd want to do is focus on entertaining how to engage the surrounding muscles instead of like putting the dead weight on. Just using the rotator cuff. The shoulder is made of 90% muscle, so it's like there's a ton of muscles that could be supporting the rotator cuff so that it doesn't have to feel like it's just doing all the work. But yeah, so we'll all look at that too when we're doing some of that type of focus. And then when you started Pilates, like, maybe your goals have changed now, but what have your goals been with Pilates?
I've always worked out, so I just wanted to try something that was kinder on my body and to, I guess, really engage my core because I feel like I had no core strength.
And obviously now that you have gone through the program, you realize there is the actual proper way to do that.
Yeah.
Which you could take into your everyday lifestyle, into working out at the gym as well, which
Yes.
is great. Okay, so with your posture here, there's three main areas that I wanted to identify with you, which is good now that we kind of went over the right shoulder abduction. I already wrote down that I saw right dominant over left shoulder rotation occurring here, which could also be because of the, which is why you have basically the injury, because the right side is dominating so much of the left side that it's overactive. Okay, so what that means, right where I can see more of the right shoulder rotation is like, this is an exaggeration, but it's basically like the right shoulder is moving forward this way, and the left side is going back, which also, when you can feel that in your body, that also will create more of tension and tightness through your mid-back area as well. So it's like pulling on the muscles through the back, tightening the muscles here. So it's weakening the muscles here, tightening them here. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where we want to help realign the shoulders and to balance it out, which means we want to stretch more of this side and we want to strengthen the back, which again goes in hand with what you were just saying here too. So I like that. I do see a little bit, if we look at the feet, the feet of the foundation of the body here. So we really always want to target and look at what is happening with a magnifying glass at the feet, because it is a domino effect where it goes all the way up the body. So I do notice here, there's some slight external rotation occurring with both your feet. I wish I could have zoomed in a little bit more on that, but there is slight external rotation. We'll take a look as we are doing our footwork as well with it. Other than that, like, I love, like, the body looks really aligned. I like the stance where you don't have a super narrow stance where your feet are close together, but you don't have a super wide stance where they're really separated. So I do like that. It looks balanced. And then I would just say the anterior pelvic tilt. So everybody has, like, whether it's more anterior or it's posterior, is where our pelvis lies. And so with an anterior tilt, that just means that your quads and your hip flexors are going to be a little bit tighter, and your glutes and your hamstrings are going to be on the weaker side, so we can focus on that. And your low back's going to be on the tighter side, your core is going to be on the weaker side. So it's basically flipped. So these are the patterns that we start to see. I don't know if that is like kind of a refresher when you did the anatomy portion. Yeah. So you start to see these patterns. You're like, yep, okay, anterior pelvic tilt. I already know it's tight. I know it's weak. I need to know what to focus on at that point. So that kind of gives you an overall idea of what I'll be looking at today. Okay. Any questions before we get started?
No.
Okay. So let's go ahead and We're gonna start lying on your back, and we'll do a little bit of a warm up here. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to take this down flat, and feel free to adjust your ponytail. There's like never a good hairstyle in Pilates. I feel like it's like the high bun or something like that. And I want to start with just some pelvic tilts for you, okay? So we're going to keep your feet on the foot bar for now, and we're just going to warm up the low back. So what I'll have you do is start to flatten your back against the mat for me. Yep. And then you'll start to slowly arch your back. So you're creating that little lift through the low back, exactly. And then starting to imprint your low back, and then starting to create that arch. Good. We'll do that 3 more times. And this is providing more of a sense of like, okay, yes, my abs are awakening. I'm feeling that intentional heat, drawing the belly button closer to my spine so that we're reminded throughout the session that those are some of the areas we want to target and connect with. Good. And then releasing it all the way. Beautiful. I'm going to have you start to think about your right hip and your left hip. And I want you to think of like a seesaw here. So I want you to intentionally put pressure in the right hip and then go back into your left hip. And I'm gonna have you continue. I'm gonna keep my hands on your knees so that you're not moving the legs, but really this focus is coming from the hips. And you'll notice here, one side it could be easier, one side might be more challenging, because there could be a stickier side where it just feels tighter. And kind of going back and forth. So for me, I'm seeing like your right side is a lot tighter.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yep. There's a lot more movement and flexibility on that left side. So this is a great assessment for me to know we need to stretch out that right hip flexor and anything on the right side there surrounding it. Good.
That has to do with my whole shoulder, that whole side just missed.
Possibly. It's, again, it works in a perpendicular effect. So what I mean by that is if you have pain in your right shoulder, it's either coming from the left shoulder or it's coming from the right hip, wherever its compensation is. So always think of like, it's basically, we call it a perpendicular effect at that point. And that's why I'm going to address, like I see a lot of that stickiness on the right side. Not sure if it's compensating for the shoulder or if that was the root of it, but we'll see as we start to go through things. Okay. Make a little pelvic circle, okay? So like pelvic clocks. We've done this before in your training. I don't think you didn't do the pelvic clocks in your training?
Not that I can.
So yeah, think about your belly button being the 12 o'clock hour, your left hip bone being the 3 o'clock hour, your pelvic floor being your 6 o'clock hour, and then the right hip, your 9 o'clock. And again, I'm trying to stabilize your knee so that you really are working from the actual pelvis area, that region. And back to 12. Let's reverse it.
Yeah, it is hard to get over here.
Yep.
I never noticed that. Like,
isn't it great when you're like become aware of something? You're like, you're gonna notice things now because of that.
How did I not notice that?
Because we live in our bodies and it's really hard. It's like tunnel vision basically. So it's really helpful to have another person assess and see things because I'm not used to seeing you.
Right.
Beautiful. One more. And relax it. Okay, let's go into a pelvic curl, but I'm gonna have you take your feet down to the ledge here. Yeah, and you can have a better grip, so you can walk your feet forward a little bit more. There you are. And separate the feet slightly. There you go, trying to maintain that alignment. And then we'll go into the full pelvic curl. So palms are down flat into the mat. Let's have you rock your hips back, and then let's lift you up all the way. Good, hold it right there, love it. Lift your left hip up a little higher. There you go. And now roll your spine down ever so gently. One piece at a time. Good. And then rock the pelvis back. And peel, push intentionally into the feet. I'm going to hold your feet and then adjust them more parallel. I like that. Good. And then start to lower down. You'll probably feel your hamstrings kick in when I adjusted your feet too.
Yeah.
because now we're targeting where we need to target. And let's go ahead. We'll do 3 more. Lift. Trying to keep the knees tracking. Good. And down. And so I'm paying attention to your hips to make sure that they're evenly lifting up at the same time, that the one is not dipping down lower than the other. Beautiful. And hold it right there. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and bring the legs into a tabletop position. Okay, pointing your toes towards me. I'm gonna have you start to lower this leg. You're hinging from the hip and then lift it back up. Same side, just lower and then lift. I'm gonna release your right leg, but I want you to feel like you're lifting with your abdominal muscles. So I'm gonna come and
Definitely feel it in my back.
yeah, so I'm gonna place my hand behind your low back here. So I'm gonna have you just kind of walk that arm out to the side. Okay. And I want you to push into my hand. Now, don't lose the connection with my hand. That may also address how far you can go with point out through your toes, how far you can hinge, keep pressing into my hand. Yep, so think of your low back pressing firmly. There you go. Do you feel the difference? Mm-hmm. 3 more. And use this as your reminder. So if you're doing your own workouts or anything, maybe put a towel under there to remind yourself, I need to be staying connected, because that's where the core is a little weaker and it wants to begin to arch the back here. Last time. And hold it there. Now the right side's gonna go. Good, so pull your belly button away from your waistband. There. And think of reaching, hinging, but it's like a long reach. And then lift with your abs. So when you lift, push down into my hand. And try not to release your leg. Try not to touch the foot bar. 3 more. Good. And 2. Keep pressing into my hand. Last time. Excellent. Hold it right there. Now we're gonna bring them together. Glue your knees together like a unit. Point out through your toes. And now you're gonna lower both legs at the same time for 5. Lift. Keep pressing into my hand as much as you possibly can. Yep, it requires lots of effort. 3. Exhale. 2. 1 more. And relax it. Good. Good job. Do we feel warm there?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, how do we like our head? I want to put it up about halfway here.
Sure.
And then, let's see. Yep, does that feel okay?
Feels good.
All right. So we're gonna adjust you here, Heidi, to 2 mediums and 1 heavy spring. And I'm going to pay attention to the feet here. So let's flex your feet. Good, and then go ahead and press on out for me. And bring it back in. So think of this work being initiated from the backs of your legs. And extend out. And back in. Good, keep going. I'm gonna have you hold this. Try to stay in contact with the block, especially the upper portion of your foot.
Okay.
And I want you to remember how we did in our warm-up, how you were like pressing your low back into my hand. I want you to apply that into each of these repetitions that we're doing. Good. Let's go again for another 4. Keep those knees tracking with those hips. Does this feel different?
Yes.
And take it out. Good connection. The feet are going to get tired too. Beautiful. 1 more here. Very nice. And come right back in for me. And I can remove this block. You're gonna go ahead and come to your toes, staying parallel. And again, focus in on pressing into, yes, into the foot bar, and then extend out for me. and bring it back in. So hold just a second for me. I'm going to put this around. So what I'm seeing is the ankles wanting to turn. So placing your ankles through and pull apart for me. Yes. So I'm keeping the ring here so that you have a sensation of maintaining alignment with your ankles, all right? So with that being said, go ahead and extend out and return back in. Walk the foot slightly in and think of pushing with the ankle. This. Okay.
I want to push with my knees.
I know, yeah. And reach. The knees were great. I like the knees in your posture. It's right here that we're focusing in on. And reach out. Love it. Extend. Good, keep going. We'll do 3 more. I'm gonna take a look from back here. Any awareness that you're sensing, feeling?
Definitely feel like I'm working harder in these areas.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take this away here. Okay, let's go ahead and come up to your heels. We're gonna go out in a wider stance. And we will have a slight external rotation there. I'm okay with that. And the knees are in line with your shoulders. So we're gonna flex the feet again here and then go ahead and press out for me. And with this variation, I want you to really focus in on engagement through the midsection. Think of this work being initiated with your glutes, so that it tracks down into your hamstrings, so that we are working the posterior side of the legs here. Nice. Inhale in, nice and controlled, and exhale, pressing out. And I'm gonna place my hands against the soles of your feet. Go ahead and bend. I want you to see if you can stay contact with my hands. We're gonna do another 5. Love it. 4. And 3. 2. Good, last time. And return and come back in. Let's go back to the center and come down to your toes.
Okay.
All right, and we'll do some calf raises and just kind of release some of that, but I am gonna have a separation right about there, and then go ahead and press out. Let's drop your heels underneath. And then right back up again. Good. And then drop it under and back up. Getting some mobility into those joints. I really like that. I'm gonna move your ankle like right. So just this side, and then lift up, applying pressure and dropping it down and up and drop.
Oh, was I bringing that one in? Oh.
Does this feel different now?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why the alignment, the tracking is so helpful. And it's hard for you to know or see when you're doing this too. That's why just sometimes having like a private session is like, oh, this is like opening my eyes in a way I didn't realize that was happening in my body.
Yeah.
Good. 2. Let's see if you do this on your own. And last time. That was good. Nice.
I concentrated on that.
Yeah. That's what it is. Pilates is like, you can't think about the grocery list. You gotta like be so in tune with your body. Go ahead and bend it right back in for me. Yep, all the way. You can bend your knees for me there, Heidi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we're gonna just drop it down. I'm gonna go even lighter. I'm going to 2 medium springs. We're gonna do some footwork, single leg footwork here. And so mostly It's a lighter weight, but it's gonna focus on you using your abdominal muscles here too. Actually, I'm gonna go lighter. I'm actually just gonna go on one medium and one light spring. So yes, I am focused still on the alignment of your foot and the tracking of your knee, but this is gonna require you to use your abdominal muscles more. So it's gonna feel like really light. You're like, well, I don't feel this in my leg. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to feel it here, okay? So let's start with your left side, and let's go ahead and flex the foot. We're gonna find tabletop with that right side. Point your toes towards me. There you go. So really open up the front of the ankle, and then very carefully and slowly, let's go ahead and straighten out your leg here. That's it. And then start to slowly just drag it back in. And then pressing out. Yep, trying to maintain contact with my hands and pull it in. So again, finding that same sensation, that feeling of pushing your low back into the mat here, so that you're driving and navigating with that in mind.
Since I started the teacher training classes, I realized that I was really arching my back. So now I try to make I try to think of pulling my belly button in when I'm doing classes, when I'm taking classes, because I didn't realize how I was hurting my back when I was arching like that.
And slowing down, it doesn't mean you need to do 10 repetitions. You might do 5 repetitions really good and slow, and those are gonna be better off than doing 10 repetitions that were not actually in the right positioning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So really training your brain to think that, where it's like, okay, well, I'm actually gonna take things slower. My range of motion may not be where I want it to be, but you're gonna be working towards it. Good, one more here. That's why I love a good going back to the basics, the foundations, because that's where it all starts, and we get to really slow down and find that control with movements. Go ahead and take this down, and let's go ahead and bring this up into tabletop. Okay, so we've got that very energetic tabletop leg here, and go ahead and extend. And what I mean by that is, like, it's a weighted leg. It's being held by your core. Okay, so your core is holding the leg up in air. And yep, we're gonna really focus in on this one, keeping that knee tracking. So bring the knee in towards your midline a little bit more. There you go. And press. And drag it in. So much better. And press. And dragging it in. 4 more. I'm gonna let go and see if you can do the 3 on your own. I'm gonna take a little look back here. Good. One more here. Yes. And then bring it back in. Okay. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into some, we're gonna do some abdominal work here, but I'm gonna have you sit on up. So go ahead and come off the carriage. Because I don't wanna really get so much with your shoulder, I wanna do short box series today with you.
Okay.
And this way we can focus on how to turn on those muscles in a seated position. Since now you have an understanding of how you can turn them on lying down, I want to teach you an awareness this way. So we're gonna go into short box here, and go ahead there, Heidi, have a seat. We'll face the mirror, and then we're gonna take our feet underneath the safety strap. So you'll place your feet there, and I'm gonna have you scoot forward a little bit. So I'm intentionally gonna have you keep your feet on the ledge, okay? So I'm gonna train you in a way where I want you to not rely on the strap, but to rely right through here, okay? So separate your feet even more. Yep, so you have some tension there. Okay, and then we're just gonna go ahead and let's just cross. Cross your arms, that looks good right now. So nice and tall for me, all right? And then from here, I'm gonna have you tuck your tailbone under, and you're gonna start to drop your chin. You're gonna round back into the point where you feel like your feet wanna lift off the ledge, and then you know that's your stopping point. Okay, so once you're here, take a moment to inhale, and then think of rounding over a big beach ball here as you push your feet into the ledge and then restack your spine. So we're getting tall. That's it. And we'll replay that. Not drop your chin, tuck your tailbone. We C curve, maintaining that nice connection. Feet into the ledge here. Hold when you can feel the feet drifting away. Now press your feet down and then release. Can you feel the activation here in your abs when you push your feet down more?
Let me try it one more time.
Okay.
I
See if there's any type of awareness. So as you're here, really think about pressing down with relaxing your toes, but then lifting.
Okay, yeah, I do feel.
That's the difference.
Okay.
And that's why I like to teach this in the beginning because you can rely on the straps so much, right?
Right.
And then have the legs like do the work, but it's like, if this is the whole point, let's teach it how to do that. So let's try it again. Okay, we'll do about 3 more, nice and slow. Finding that articulation in the back. Shoulders drop, you're breathing to inhale. And then exhale, push those feet down first before you start to move up.
Definitely feel it. Yeah.
Good. 2 more like that. It's, you have to create it.
Yeah.
And then lower. And I drop that right shoulder. There you go. And push the feet down. We lift.
That definitely makes a huge difference.
1 more like that, I love it. Good. And go lower down. Good. Push the feet down first, and then we lift. Beautiful. Okay, so like that, now we're gonna go ahead and hinge from your hips. So same idea, I still want the feet to be down, but because we're gonna go in a flat back, you may not be able to go back as far. Totally okay, I don't need you to.
Okay.
Does it feel comfortable right here with the arms? Okay, let's keep you there. So nice and tall, like think of just like lifting up, and then from here, you're gonna hinge at your hips to play that game of trust. Wait, hold for a second here, come back up. So we are losing it slightly. So pull your abs into my hand. Yes, now hold that positioning. Now play that game of trust as you lower back. From here, the hips, not so much the upper back. Bring the upper back up and lower back. That's better. Keep your abs into my hands and then lift on up for me. I have a tool. I have a tool we're gonna play with here. So, because it's very natural to wanna lead with the upper back, and I want the hinging to come from the lower. So I'm gonna have a pull up against your back. I want you to have that same feeling in it the whole time, okay? So from here, pull your low back in a little bit more. Yes, and you can bring your head back a little bit too. There you go. Now from that position, go ahead and start to lower back. Lift the chest, lift the chest. Lift the chest up higher. There you go. When you feel your feet drifting or you feel the abs quivering, that's when you know you're gonna grow taller as you return. Okay.
That's hard.
Did it help with the pull?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that again. 4 more. Keeping that nice alignment. Head back. Yes, there you go. Holding and using your breath to guide you back up again. There.
Yeah.
Good. 3 more. I'll do 1 more with the pull and then the last 2 on your own. Yep. And then using your breath to navigate your way back up. Love it. 2 more on your own. Hinging. So much better. Yes.
Definitely feel that shake.
Yes, that's when you know you're like, okay, I've hit my stopping point. That's okay. Abs are in. Yes, beautiful. And you're even going down further now. And then return back up. Awesome. Do you feel the difference from like when you first did it? Because a lot of times we want to like lead from extension, and it's getting out of here and it's getting into your low back. So that's why I use this tool so that you can feel like, oh yeah, nope, I'm feeling the abs right away. Okay, let's do some side overs here. So you're gonna flip, you're gonna keep your left leg in, you're gonna flip to the right-hand side, and you can let your right leg rest on top of the box here. Yeah, exactly. And let's go ahead and turn your hips completely. So bring your right hip back a little bit more. Right hip towards me. Oh, there you go. So you're more squared. And then you're going to flex your left foot. So this time I am gonna allow you to take your foot off the ledge. And you're gonna take your hands. We're gonna continue with them supported in front of you. And scoot over, Heidi, all the way to the edge for me. Yes, okay. How tall are you?
5'6".
Okay, we should be okay right here. Okay, so now straighten out your left leg for me all the way, keeping that foot flexed so that it's your safety net. Chest is lifted. We're gonna dip on down into the well. So you're gonna laterally flex over, and I'm gonna hold on to your hip here because I'm going to just kind of guide you that way. So you should feel a stretch now in this left side.
Yeah.
Okay, now chest is lifted. Left shoulder is gonna lift. There you go. Now you're gonna go ahead and lift up. Hold, dip down. Yes, press into my hand, right through here. There you go, and lift.
It's scary.
It is scary. I got you, you're not going anywhere. Plus you got that strap right there. And lift. So this should be isolating through your obliques.
I definitely feel that.
Yep. And I'm gonna hold you a little bit more. Just again, try not to, you don't have to come up all the way. That's not the point. Right there, beautiful. And let's take it here for another 4. Yep. And again, press into my hand here. There you go. 2. And 1. Love it. And come back up. Good job.
That's challenging, but I definitely felt that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, we're gonna do the other side here. So flip around. Let's take the right foot in. There you go. And left leg is on top. Whoops. And then again, we will cross our arms over. Okay. And again, I'm gonna have my hands there for the support so that you can know where you're going. So go ahead and let your body dip over like a teapot. And straighten out this leg completely, rolling this hip forward. Puff your chest up for me, like looking straight at the function sign. Yeah, and then dropping that shoulder down a little bit. There you go. And now we lift up. Good. Shoulders down, neck stays long. So instead of putting the tension and the pressure in the neck, let's put it into the obliques here. And up. And lower, you're good. And exhale, lift up. Shoulders down. This side is, again, the tighter side.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've established a lot with this right side today.
Yes.
And take it down. And up. Exhale. Good. Soften the neck. Don't go down as far. Hold right there. And now lift. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Good. 1 more. Beautiful. And then come back up. Good job. All right, let's go into some hip circles here, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna get your feet into the straps. I'm gonna lower this and let's go ahead. All right, so carefully go ahead and exit off. And I'll remove this out of the way. Okay, so go ahead there and Heidi, you can lie yourself down. I'm gonna switch out your loops. Your handles to loops. Okay, and let's go ahead, make some adjustments here. I'm going on a medium and a light spring.
Okay.
And we're going to start by pushing away and take that right foot up. Take the left foot. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead, hang on just a second. I just wanna look at your alignments. Make sure that you are on. So move your hips to the left more. Yeah, a little bit more, right about there. Does the straps feel okay?
Yes.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and get a sense of what this feels like. Just lower and lift for me a few times. So things to remember here as we're going into these exercises, our lower and lifts, is once you start to feel your low back lifting again, you know you've hit your stopping point, okay? And so yeah, the goal is not to get as low to the floor as possible. The goal is to go as far before you begin to arch your back. So if you can reframe that in your mind, that is where you're going to benefit from strengthening your core here, okay? Let's go ahead one more time. And then we can start to turn the toes out, and you're gonna circle out and around. Right back up, go ahead and bring the heels back together, and then lower, and circle around, and back up. Good, and if you have the flexibility today, you can separate the feet even further to, again, create more lubrication at the hip joints.
Okay.
Because you're doing a good job with keeping your hips steady, which is why I'm suggesting you can go out further. But if I saw a lot of instability in your hips, I wouldn't recommend that. And take it around. Good, we'll do 2 more like this. And then let's reverse it. So you're gonna go out to the side, circle down, activate the inner thighs, pelvic floor, and then lift on up. And sweep. Beautiful. And sweep around. So if you think about the Pilates principles that you've learned, you can really start to think how that applies when you're actually taking a session. Because again, it does take a lot of awareness, a lot of internal awareness. And I feel like we just kind of practice that every single time we work on the apparatuses. And one more there. Beautiful, and then hold it for me. Now I'm gonna place the ring here at your ankles, so separate your feet for me. And I want this to turn on your external rotator, so the outside of your hips, because again, we wanna focus on strengthening the glutes here. And now you're gonna lower and lift again. So lift the legs straight up towards the ceiling, hold, and then think of using the backs of your legs to lower down until you feel like you're gonna arch your back. And then when you lift up, once you feel like your tailbone is lifting, that's your stopping point. So right about there, that's great. This is a hip strengthening exercise.
Definitely feel that.
Yeah. A lot of times we think of like feet in the straps, like, oh, this is gonna be so great and relaxing. Like, no, this is literally to strengthen the hips. I don't think Joseph Pilates thought about relaxation when he was creating these exercises for the injured soldiers. So we want to like think of it like that and lift back up. But every single exercise is here for a purpose. And I like the alignment with your feet. You're doing a good job. That's like your new best friend there, that magic circle. And press, good. Plus I like it too, because when we abduct, as you're pressing into it, it does require some assistance to keep the hips stable. You probably feel that too.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. And hold it right there. So now it gets a little tricky. I'm gonna have you bend your knees in towards your chest, Keeping that pressure, exhale, push to straight legs. And bend your knees. And exhale to straight legs. Perfect. And press. Good. And one more here. And press. And bring the legs up towards the ceiling, combining it. Bend the knees into your chest. Push out to straight legs. 3. Bring it up. Bend the knees. Push out. 2. Bring it up. Bend the knees. And 3. Hold. Now reverse it. We bend in. We reach. Press down. 3. We soften in, extend up, and 2. And you're getting tired now because I can see
can you?
The alignment of your foot is changing. Yes,
Oh.
and relax it. Yeah, that's why we have to pay so much attention to what is happening in the body, because I can see where things are getting tired based off how you're starting to change your body. Yeah. So let's go ahead and remove these. You're going to find your foot bar right away. And let's take this out. Stay there for me because I want to do some bridging with you so that we can again address the feet and also address strengthening of the hips here. So headrest is going to go down flat. And I'm going to have you stay on your heels, okay? So a little wiggle room so you can come down off the shoulder blocks. There you go. And then from this position, I'll have you go ahead and start to lift your hips up without trying to move the carriage. So you're gonna lift your hips. Yes, and then you're gonna start to lower down. We've done this already in our warm up. Lift, good, trying to hold it right there. Keep the knees in line. Left hip comes up a little higher. 2 more. Left hip up higher. There you go. And one more time. Beautiful. And then lower back down for me. Okay, go ahead and carefully step off to the side. And we're gonna go into stomach massage. So this is gonna really challenge your core from a seated position. So go ahead and have a seat here facing the foot bar. And you're gonna have your toes on the foot bar and you can scoot in a little bit more. And I am going to have you stay parallel with your feet, okay? So just like that, you're on your toes and we're gonna challenge you where you're gonna have your arms out in front. So think of puffing your chest. There's nothing supporting you here, so this is all on you to stay lifted, okay? So from here, let's have you pay attention to your feet. So I'm gonna have you watch your feet as you push to straight legs. Now you're gonna drop your heels carefully under the bar. You're gonna get a nice stretch there. Let's lift the heels back up and then bend your knees to come in, encouraging the chest to lift. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that foot.
It's getting tired too. So we've done a lot with it today. Go ahead and press out, dropping the heels under. And then lifting up, bend the knee, trying really, really hard. Yeah, so actually what I'll have you do is not come in all the way because that knee is turning outward. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And so go ahead and push out. So before you actually come in all the way, you're gonna stop right before that knee wants to go out. Hold, there you go, and push out. We have another 3. Good, let's see if we can add the calf raise here. Drop the heel under. Yes. Lift the heels up and bend. Good, 2 more like that. Keep that lift through the chest. Abs are in. And one more time there. Press out. Drop the heels. Lift. Come back in. Good work. Hold. So this is full body work 1 exercises. Like you can, did you feel like how it's like hitting every area of your body?
Yes.
Yeah, so again, good stuff to practice on as you are staying engaged in a seated position. But yeah, I'm glad you noticed the foot. I think you're gonna start noticing it more when you are like practicing on your own. But that is where we really want to address it. And I'm actually happy to see it starting to like fatigue out, because it means that we're doing the work. We're working on the intrinsic muscles of the feet. And so it's like, all right, I'm hearing you here. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of arm work. So I'm gonna have you step off for a second. I'm gonna grab the box again.
Okay.
And this way you can have a seat on it. And let's go ahead and have you start by sitting and facing the back. I'm gonna focus more on activating the back side of your body more or less than doing stuff in the front of your body today. So I'm gonna keep you on that medium spring. And then you can find your hands in here into the loops.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take fingertips down, flat, so nice and tall. And what I wanna have you do is, again, pull into my hand here with your abs. So think of the ribs closing, these closing. Yes, there you go. Do you feel the difference? Mm-hmm. Okay, now you're gonna go ahead and release slowly. And then activate through here. So this is what I want, this is what I was talking about earlier, Heidi, that we wanna take away from the muscle that's being the shoulder rotator cuff and actually strengthen the supporting muscles around it. And release. So shoulders are gonna see down, really focus where my hands are. Let those muscles engage first. And then releasing. And shoulders down. There, I can feel that too. Yeah. That was perfect.
I do try to use my shoulders a lot. I do. I find myself doing that a lot.
Yeah, a lot of us want to. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, forward. But now you can feel the difference of like, okay, I need to turn that on first before I even start moving. Good. Continue. 3 more. Exhale, pulling back. 3.
That does help to think of turning this on first.
Yes.
Before I even start.
Every exercise requires some sort of initial engagement. So if you're not feeling that in the beginning, we have to like slow down and like, okay, what do we need to do to turn on first? So if you think about that and take that away, that will help you as you move forward. Yeah. Good. Okay, we're gonna take them into butterfly. So you're gonna take your loops through to your elbow joint, and then palms are looking at you. Okay, so this is not one where we're gonna like crack the walnut. I really want this focus to be from the back of your shoulder. That's the engagement first. And then you're gonna start to open out into your peripheral vision. Hold right there, probably too far. And then come back. Can we lift your elbows up a little higher? Right there, good. Start from here and pull, slow, slow, slow. Hold, and then forward. Good, lean slightly forward. Pull those ribs in again. There you go, and now continue. We open for 8. That was better, I love it. That was your best one. Exhale, did you feel it?
Yes.
7. Good, elbows up a little higher. Good. 6. And exhale, 5. Elbows up, shoulders down. You got it, even the smallest range, right there. And bring it in. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Hold it right here, and elbows are wide. We're just gonna go ahead into your, like, just like right above your forehead here. You're gonna raise up and then lower down. Is that okay on your shoulder? Mm-hmm. Okay, raise up and lower down. And 8. Try to keep your shoulders down. 7, remember the muscles where it's coming from. There, yes. 6, those muscles are the ones that are supporting everything. 5, exhale, 4, good, soften through the neck. 3, good, one more thing here, pull from here. And 2, yep, 1 more. Good, and rest it, nice. Okay.
I definitely felt a difference.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, and it's because when we don't know what we don't know, and then you're like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be feeling, then it makes more sense.
I must always be using my neck. I must always be using.
Possibly. Yes, you're compensating for something, and it's just like that's where it goes naturally. Let's do some Mermaid here. So let's actually keep you on the box. You can flip to the left here so you're facing outward, and then you can scoot over for me. I am going to reduce the tension though, so it's on just a light spring here, a blue one.
Okay. Left
hand is going to go on the foot bar here, and you have the choice to have the support of the carriage with your feet, or if you rather them dangle, I'm okay with either right now. So you can just see how it feels.
Okay.
But with this, again, think about the muscle group we just finished working. So this is what's gonna engage as you push away from the bar, okay? So try not to let your shoulder do all the work. So you're gonna press away from here. Use the palm of your hand. There you go, press away. You're gonna float your right arm up. Yes, does that feel okay?
Yes.
And this is where we're aiming for the stretch. Try to see if your right hip can come down.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel it.
Yep, and then slowly just come back to start. And we'll do this another 3 more times. So at your own comfortable pace.
So I want to keep this hip on.
It will naturally want to lift up, but I want you to at least think about pushing down, because what will happen, it helps to open up the space here. Yeah. And 2. Open up your left fingertips for me. Yeah, the left hand. Yes, so you're not, and your thumb is next to your index finger, so that you're pushing with the palm and less gripping. So I want you to practice less gripping. Yes, because when we grip, that's a natural tendency that sends a signal up into our neck and creates more tension here. So practice in your everyday life keeping an open palm, okay? Beautiful. Good, opening up and back down. Okay, let's do the other side. It may be hard for you to like feel that now, but
I definitely feel that stretch in here, for sure.
Right hand goes on, again, open palm there. Your feet can be supported or they can hang. And then you can push away. Again, think of the muscle group supporting as you press out. And can we flip your palm around so it looks down? Yeah, there you go. And slowly back up. And nice and easy again, engaging through here to press. Opening up this side. And return. 2 more. Beautiful. And last time here. And slowly bringing it back up again. Okay. So Heidi, we're gonna finish it with the extension. I'm gonna have you do pulling straps 1, okay? Because I really, again, wanna focus on that strengthening of the area where we wanna target. So you're gonna go on your stomach. Chest is gonna be on here where your legs are gonna dingle that way. And I'm gonna keep you on your light spring.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you can move forward a little bit more. And then you're gonna hold on to the black tape.
Okay.
And let's have you wrap it around one more time.
Like
there,
that?
Yep, exactly. Okay, so with any type of extension work, we want the feet to be separated. So I like that, and point your toes. Your thighs are gonna be lifted off the box for total engagement of the backside here, okay? And for the support. Eyesight is down, so drop your chin. Good, and when you're ready, start to engage these muscles first and start to pull your arms straight back to your hips. Arm straight, using these muscles. And then slowly lower it back down. Good, shoulders back, and start to engage through here. Drop your chin. That's it, that's it, that's it. and then lower. Good, hold right there. And then exhale, pull straight back. 5, drop your chin. Exhale, pull back. 4, and exhale, 3. Beautiful. Nice and slow. Take your time. 2. And 1. And lower back down again. Excellent. And then just hang up those loops on your pecs. Could you feel the work there on that area?
I definitely felt it.
Yeah. Exit to your right for me.
Okay.
And again, I didn't do that many repetitions with you because it's not necessary, because we've worked so hard this entire hour on like having you activate that. Like the muscles they're gonna be tired. So we wanna just like know when to cut off, like how hard do we wanna work on that, right? Okay. Have us stand right here. We're gonna finish it with a couple roll downs, okay?
Okay.
So from here, hip distance apart there with the feet, and we're gonna start to, what it feels comfortable to you, if this reach is okay.
It is.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add that, and then we can start to lower down, fingertips towards the floor, and let your body hang. Just let it hang all the way. Good. And let's take your right hip back a little bit. Start to rebuild your spine. So restacking yourself up one bone at a time. Head being the last thing to come up. Shoulders back. We're gonna do it again, but I want you to look down at your feet a little bit and adjust them more into a parallel alignment. There you go. Okay, so see about equal weight distribution on your feet for me. And then we're gonna swing the arms all the way up. Lower it down, taking a dive. Relax your neck and shoulders. And then slowly starting to rebuild into a nice tall positioning. Shoulders roll back, head's the last thing up, exhale. Did that feel different the second time?
Yeah.
So definitely think about paying attention to the feet, the alignments. Yeah. It's gonna feel weird, it's gonna feel like work. And then second, think about trying to maintain an open palm. Because I have this feeling that you kind of take that into your everyday life, and that's contributing to like the neck tension where you're wanting to turn that on like first too. So open palm and the feet.
Okay.
Okay, good job.
Thank you.